sense, I might pay you. Make it make sense, I might pay you.
Make it make sense, come on, make it, baby. Make it make sense, come on, make it, make it, make it, make it make sense, come on, make it, baby. Make it make sense, come on, make it, make it.
What's good, y'all? Let's Make Sense of the Podcast. We are back for another week, and like we always say,
the truth you don't want, but we all know y'all need it.
you definitely need it. I go by the boy Vince,
And I'm Ann.
and we are back again. I know it's been a while. We ain't get canceled. We still around.
Not get canceled.
we ain't get canceled. We still around and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even gonna waste no time. We ain't gonna waste your time with all this other extra. We gonna get right into it.
It's episode 50.
Episode 50. Yes, this is a milestone. Episode 50.
Period.
Episode 50. So, all right, let's get into it. So, how do I want to start it this way? I was thinking, what's your limitations? So, everything in this episode, for the most part, it's all going to basically circle or revolve around, how far are you willing to go with certain things, certain scenarios, and certain situations. So, let me start it off with this one. Do you believe it is limits when it comes to arguing?
Yeah.
It comes to explain.
Because you can't, every argument shouldn't turn into every conversation that turns into maybe a little bit of heat, maybe a little bit of heat added to it, shouldn't turn into like a full-blown argument. Like, you can have a heated discussion, you can agree to disagree, maybe somebody's not comprehending, but like once every time that y'all agree to disagree and it turns into a full-blown argument, then eventually somebody throwing low blows and they bringing up stuff that, is from the past or stuff that's meant to hurt you, and it's just like, there's a limit to what you should and shouldn't be doing or shouldn't be saying to somebody in those moments of like those heated moments. Like, it shouldn't turn into a full blown out argument and y'all not talking to each other for days. Like,
right, because so the person they put down, they say, yep, I got two rules. It says, one, don't bring up shit that you kept in your piggy bank for the next argument. Address the issue when you have the issue that day.
Yeah. Cause you ever been in either a discussion or arguing with somebody, and then like once it's over, you be thinking about shit you could have said. Yeah, that would have helped your point.
You stored it,
but you were so like mad that you couldn't get your words out the right way. So now you just start yelling shit because now you mad. But then later on, you done calm down. You like, well, damn, I could have said such and such. That would have made more sense that we wouldn't have got to this point. But
or you have an argument and you realize, damn, I was wrong the whole time. Like, you realize you was arguing, you was wrong the whole time. You like, damn, you give him, and then after you like come off of you just so mad, you just want to get something out. You realize like, damn, they actually spitting the truth, but you can't tell them. You can't tell them at the moment though.
I'm not stopping me, or now I don't give a fuck if I'm dead wrong. I'm already there. So just let me sizzle out for a second, and then you come back.
To undermine your manhood and be like, oh, you ain't had the same energy for them niggas when they was at your neck.
See, that's a low blow. That's a low blow. Now she trying to call you a bitch ass nigga without calling you a bitch ass nigga.
That's a very low blow, because the second part, the second rule was, it says don't say things you don't mean. It said, I'm not going tit for tat. If you're striving to hurt me in an argument, I'm going.
I mean, I'm a little petty, so say some shit you don't mean, but it's a low blow. I'm gonna go lower.
Yeah,
now I'm bringing up your bald headed grandma.
I had you die.
And now we got. Dead. Now you real upset.
You dead. You know grandma was.
Whether she living or she deceased. Now we got a problem.
Grandma was in chemo. You just right at you. Right at you. Right at you.
But that's the thing.
You right at. Come on, grandma.
That's why people be like, oh, you can't fight dirty or whatever the case may be. It's just like, if you take somebody there, you can't tell them how to retaliate against you. You really can't.
Especially when you mad. See, I'm guilty of that, and I had to get better with that, because like when I get mad, I'm liable to say some shit, and then after I like calm down and everything, I'm like, damn, I really shouldn't have said that. But then by then I already hurt her, so it's like they gotta apologize. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta mean your apology.
Yeah, you just can't say I apologize that you felt that way. Like, that's the worst type of apology.
That's not an apology. Oh my God, that is not a. I'm sorry that you feel that way, but like, that's not an apology. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That was not my intentions. I will try harder to do better, so this situation doesn't happen again. That's an apology. But apologizing because you think, bitch, what? No.
Somebody said anything about my kids is off limits.
If you fighting dirty, fuck them kids. You can't tell me what's off limits if you already fighting dirty. I can't. If I bring it up first, then it's a problem. But if you was already on some shit, because what if I don't have no kids? Then it's just like, you got kids, but then you bringing up something that's hurtful to me. So now your kids is on the line too. Like everything is on the table. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, once you get somebody to that point, once you arguing, ain't nobody thinking about being politically correct and all the other dumb shit. Like you know what I'm saying? You trying to go for the jugular. Yeah. And anybody know if you had one of them arguments. Everybody know what one of them arguments is where you like, man,
they talking about your kid read levels and shit. Now you feel real upset.
Is there a list?
It's not a list. It was only those two, but I got some. I can go through some comments. Let me see. Somebody said I always stand on. No, I don't like that one. Let's see. Kids, family, sickness off limits. That's what somebody said. Everybody's kids. Most people in the comments say kids. It's not for really. Just don't even argue with me. Ain't no limits. Just like fighting. Guess they got. I guess they got a point there.
That's like if you losing in a fight, bitch, you can't tell me I can't bring out a weapon because I'm getting my ass beat. Somebody getting cut.
Most of the people, they just said don't. Oh, it says what about this one? Don't bring up traumatic events that traumatize the person for life, or bring up mental health issues during an argument. It's automatically filed. What about that one?
Arguments only stay clean if both parties are clean. Somebody cannot throw a low blow and then get mad if you throw one back at them that's lower than hell. You can't do that. Just because yours is surface level, like you might have talked about like, oh, maybe I'm cockeyed. Okay. But now I'm going lower than hell and I'm going to talk about some shit that you don't want me to talk about.
You cockeyed, that's why you cry crooked. You be like, man, you petty as shit. You right at him like, damn. Nothing. Like I said, for the most part, everybody says pretty much if it just kids is the only one, everything else is just like, listen.
Y'all hear that? Mamas is not off limits, but kids is off limits. Kids, you can't talk about kids. You can talk about everybody else.
Because some people will say, well, like, what about the people that say, all right, once you say something, they can't come back from it? Can they be wrong if they have an argument and you say something and then they be like, all right, well, I'm just done?
No.
If it don't got nothing to do with, if we're arguing and whatever you say got nothing to do with the argument,
yeah.
You can't come back from that.
Because first of all, you took it off topic, and you just was mean. You're mean. You're just mean.
We arguing about
laundry, and you want to talk about some other shit. Like that's not a thing. Let's bring it back to what we first talking about.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Long story short, they always say communication, but shit, that shit go out the window when you trying to get somebody juggling. They make you want to fucking you'll be in there fighting. All right, let me get this one. So it says, so your best friend is dating your brother. Mm-hmm. It say y'all have a lit ass trip in Miami and she has a one night stand. Y'all sticking to girl code or y'all snitching? How far are you going to protect the family, or are you going to protect your best friend? That's a hell of a scenario right there. That's a hell of a scenario right there, because your brother is supposed to come over any chick that come along in a relationship, but it's like
Is my brother okay?
Okay, go ahead. About to try to justify.
What type of brother is he?
Yo, what? What you mean?
Because you got the brothers that like your best friend can be dating your brother or whatever, and like she know the type of nigga that he is, basically. Like he's one of them type of niggas. He ain't really got no moral, and he kind of fucking everything that has a pulse. And then she, goes along the deep end. It's like, both of y'all wrong either way. But I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
If my best friend date my sister and he go fuck a bitch, I'm gonna tell him you gotta stop dealing with my sister. Yeah. Or I'm gonna tell her.
What if he say I'm not? Well, then I guess you say you're just gonna tell her. So
at the end of the day, you still didn't just go tell your sister.
I'm giving him the option though.
Why are he getting the option?
Because like if he just go tell his sister, it's a sticky situation right there all around. Because usually when situations like this come up, you see something happening, like, oh, so you told them, they get mad at you. But now that's close and close. Like that's best friend, brother, sister, whatever.
Or everybody can do the other thing, mind your business.
No, they can't mind your business in this situation. This is not a mind your business situation.
When my sister get hurt, I gotta fuck you up now.
Yeah, exactly.
But you already gave him a way to save face. Listen, because in that moment, if you found out your best friend is cheating on your sister while y'all all in the same vicinity or whatever the case may be, you find out or he come to you and tell you, which I believe is just weird anyway, and they come to you and tell you, and you like, well, you need to stop fucking with my sister if you gonna do that, or I'm gonna tell her. And it's like,
because when I tell her I'm gonna fuck you up.
and it's like, okay, but at the end of the day, what if he go tells her first? What if he go tells her first without your knowledge, and then you go to tell her and she like, oh, I already know, and she either don't give a fuck or she not at that point yet where she hurt enough to leave him. So you done went through all of that, and your sister's not even at that point where this shit bothers her as much as it bothers you. So even if you fuck him up, even if you go fuck him up, she's still gonna be dating him at the end of the day.
Oh, that shit, y'all.
Yeah, you gotta go ahead and hang that up, Chiefy. Like, we not.
So this is why I say it's the other option to mind your business, because it's always a up in the air end. If you tell the person that somebody is cheating on them, whether they're gonna believe you and like, you know, confront that person and leave them, or they gonna get mad at you for telling them that because they don't know how to react to that emotion just yet.
And that's usually cool. Anybody but the best friend and the brother sister. When you mix family, because technically they both one is family and one is, if it's your best friend, is like family, damn near family. So it's like, that's why at some point you don't really need to mix those lines, especially if you know how they should have just cut that, or I shouldn't say they, but as a brother or sister, you probably should have said, nah, I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, listen.
I wouldn't recommend you dating.
Then that's when they start fucking behind your back. It is like, y'all adults. Y'all adults.
But
teenagers, I don't know what to
if
tell
that
you.
was the case, then you couldn't really feel bad because you didn't know that they was, you know what I'm saying, messing around. So.
But then if it comes public, now I know. Mind
Somebody
your
getting
business.
their ass beat at the
don't mix the best friends in yeah.
Or just if you know what type of friend that you have or whatever case may be, you've seen them probably go through this before, and you can kind of, you know, temperature their reaction to how this might go. Then you can go from there. If you know your brother is a piece of shit, try your hardest to keep your best friend from going down that fucking lane. Like it does, like sis, it's not even worth it for you.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen. Let me get this one. It says, my girl is a flirt and it's killing me. I met her that way, but no, I can't handle it. She posts her body on social media, which I don't mind, but she replies to everyone's comments. I don't like that. How can I break up with her maturely?
Exactly what he just said.
Break up. Hold on, before you answer that. Let's Make Sense of It podcast is brought to you by Love Jones Wine, because with these type of situations, you're going to definitely need you some of that Love Jones Wine. Now, Love Jones Wine is a refreshing and sophisticated taste of organic wine, Caribbean rum, and freshly picked fruit, a drink that will satisfy every taste bud. Now, if you never had Love Jones Wine, you better get you some of that Love Jones Wine, because that shit is strong. She got the signature red, signature white, signature rosé, the Love Jones Sangria. She has the new peach. She has the watermelon splash. You get 3 packs, you're gonna get your small quad. You get the 4 packs, you get you get your 3 packs, which is a trio, and you get your 4 packs, which is the quad. You know what I'm saying? Just because situations like this, you get you some Love Jones, you sit back, you think about it, bro. You just sit back and think about it. So visit, visit, might in the worst. Visit lovejoneswine.com. Use our promo code SENSE, that's SENSE, lovejoneswine.com. Promo code SENSE, Love Jones Wine, a cocktail made for you. All right, so back to that question. How does he break up maturely?
What he just said. That's all he got to say to her. If she was a flirt when you met her, like, that's one thing. Like, if she was a flirt when you met her and then y'all actually started dating exclusively, like, those things have to change. Like, there's a boundary now. There's a difference between being a flirt and then being friendly. And then
what's the boundary? Like, what is that? How far is too far? Since we don't limits, how far is too far when it comes to
giving your number out, feeding into like their fantasies and shit like that when they talking to you? Like, this goes into girls that are like, I would say, strippers, bottle girls, bartenders, waitresses, kind of really anywhere that you kind of customer service wise and you face to face with people, you always will get somebody that approaches you and tries you, and a friendly like smile and like a, you know, basically keep them going on their way. That's friendly, but flirting is keeping them engaged and thinking that they have a chance. So it's a difference. Like, if she was flirty when you met her and then she's still continuing it, there's no boundary to that in your relationship. So he should just say, like, I was cool when me and you were like getting to know each other, or I was getting to know you, because that's how it was approached to me. But now that we're in a relationship, I can't deal with that. That's not something I'm comfortable with. He ain't got to call her out a name or nothing like that. And if she feels some type of way about it, or say like he's immature, he needs to grow up, or he's insecure, it's not that. It's just, this is a boundary that I have, and you don't seem to want to change it. But if he hasn't brung it up to her, that's a problem.
Go ahead.
I just feel like me and a lot of people who are very social or have a social media presence deal with situations like this, where you date somebody and they look at your social media and like, this is a little bit too much for me. Or why they got all these people comment? Why they get all these views, all these likes, and it just be like, this is what comes.
But it's how you engage.
If you engaging with strangers, that's one thing. If you engaging with just like a bunch of strangers for no reason, then that's a bit much. Like, why are you engaging with everybody that comments? Now, if you're doing that, that's a bit excessive. But you have people who just don't like the person that they're dating to be super social in general. So
yeah, I mean, that's a problem that you have to focus on yourself. If that's something that you have a problem with, like, don't get into that relationship knowing that that's the type of person that you getting.
Pretty much like a what would that be called? What type of woman are they? They're like damn, I forgot the word for it. Is it insecure? Would it be insecure? You think they would be, those type of women be insecure? Like you go out to a restaurant and you think the waiter waitress is flirting with your significant other, and you doing those extra shit.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's the same as if somebody in the comments.
That means that your significant other gave you a reason beforehand, like before this situation even came about, to make you question what they do outside your views. So when they not with you, when they're out with their friends, or when they're out just by themselves, they can be on their way to work or whatever. It has you, something that they did rubbed you the wrong way. It had you thinking that they entertaining everybody or anybody. So now when you in a public place and y'all sitting across from each other, you see people giving them attention. You start to build these scenarios in your head off of that one assumption. So now everybody look like a suspect.
Speaking of suspect, everybody looking like a suspect, huh? It's a Monday night in Philly, people. It's a Monday night in Philly. All right, let me give you this. If you put your kids first in everything you do, you will forever be single. Do you agree?
Yes.
Think so?
Yeah.
It's a two-part question. The second part is a video, but
you gotta have a life outside your kids. Like your kids come first to a certain extent. Like, you know, your kids, you want to make sure that they well kept, they fed, everything that comes with, they're happy, they're engaged in certain things. Like they feel your presence there, and they don't feel like you're just like you're just that parent that just takes care of them, but you're not present in their life on what they do. But if everything comes down to my kids, it's just like, when do you have time for yourself? If you don't have time for yourself, you won't have time for another person.
that's true. Go ahead.
Women put themselves first, and I feel like the women that put themselves first do not have their own identity. Like, all you are is a mom, and that's all you have to offer for your next relationship.
Wait, if you put yourself first, all you have is to offer your mom, or when they put their kids first?
Yeah, my fault. Yeah, let me rewind that. I feel like women that put their kids first, all they have to offer, like, that's you as a person. Like, there's nothing else to you but just being a mom.
You're just doing it.
Like having kids is beautiful and whatnot, but like you outside of your kids, you're like technically a nobody. You don't.
Like, you were you before you had these kids,
right?
So you have to keep that. Like, I understand maybe in the beginning, like freshly having a newborn, or you a first time mom, you get used to these changes. But at the end of the day, during that journey, you have to keep yourself from losing yourself. And I'm not saying keep yourself up for the man that you with or for outside purposes, but to make yourself feel better, like, keep yourself to a certain standard where I have to worry about me to make sure that my kid is taken care of. You can't, like I always say, you can't pour from an empty glass into somebody else. Like, make sure your glass is full, then you can help.
Right. Because then to the counter that, people will have a counter point to that. And they will say, well, my kids do come first before everything. I think sometimes women get that mixed up when it comes to putting your kids first. Yeah, exactly. Like, I like, are you doing this? Because we understand people do stuff for their kids. We understand that. But are you doing this because you want to do this? Or are you doing this because you feel as though you need to do this for your kids to have a better life? And now you got, because you see people do that a lot. Like they'll go to school, they'll become nurses, they'll become doctors, they'll become all this stuff that they really didn't want to do. Their real passion might have been breeding here, but they did all of this because they feel like that steady money, they'll have this. They can show their kids it's okay to be this way, do that. But in reality, they really don't want to do that shit. They just want to make a better life for their kids, which they can do it with their passion. I think sometimes people don't realize that their passion can be your success, your road to success when it comes to their career.
Like, there's a thing of being unselfishly happy. Like, I'm not saying you have to be happy to a point you saying fuck them kids. Like, I know people joke to me like fuck them kids, but I know what they mean when they say fuck them kids. Like, we know that you're not saying like, you don't give a fuck what they doing, but it's just like when it comes to me, I have to be as close as I can to 100%. Because if I'm 50% and I'm trying to give that to my kid, I'm only giving them something out of reassurance that I'm a good mom.
Right.
Instead of just reassurance that I know you need this, I know I can take care of you, I know I got this. That's it.
Right. Because then eventually kids grew up and then now you're stuck in whatever you're doing because you were doing it for your kids. But now you I'm stuck doing this anyway. I don't have any more kids. The kids are moved out and everything. And
or them people that get married and then they have kids and then like the mom is so stuck in being a mom and taking care of the kids. Once the kids grow up and they in college, it's like now you in the house with this person you ain't talked to in 18 years.
Yeah.
You're a nobody.
I thought it was more than that.
You're a nobody.
You're a nobody. Outside your kids, you're a nobody.
You're a nobody. You're a wiener.
Can't make this shit up.
Can't make this
Can't
shit
make
up.
this shit up.
All right, let me get this one. Dating women with kids. I got a video, so let's see.
Forced polyamory, forced polygamy, because now you even have another man in your life that can dictate emotions and dictate policy with that woman. So for example, let's say me and this woman, we're gonna get ready to go to Hawaii, and me and her gonna pack our bags, and then her baby daddy call and say, hey, I'm not watching so-and-so, or I'm not gonna do this, or something happened. That man can change the direction of a trip. He can change the direction of her mood. There's times where I've seen it where, I just got off on my baby daddy, I'm upset. Like, he can change things in your household. You could be talking about another man on a Friday night instead of you talking about what you guys are gonna get ready to do. So this person, like it or not, cool, we co-parent well, we don't co-parent well, still has access to your woman in certain ways. That's like, can you tolerate that? And a lot of women's like, this man don't have access to me, we just co-parent. Yes, he does. He's gonna be an active role. He's in the movie, he's in the show, he's a starring cast member until 20 years old, 21 years old. Can you handle that? Can your ego handle that?
So what's your thoughts on it? I get his point. I never really looked at it that way. That's interesting. It's the rest of the point of view there.
I live it. It makes sense. It is hard. I won't say it's not. It's hard to be in a relationship with somebody that has kids with somebody else that's outside the household, and because that happens, like something can happen and it dictates their mood. So now their mood is messed up or they upset, and so it's dictating the mood in your household because of somebody outside the household. And it's just like, if you can't handle it, don't get into it. If it becomes too much, say something. If you need to get out of it, if you feel as though this is not for you anymore, get out of it. And anybody can, like, a woman can say she doesn't want to date a man with kids, and a man can say he doesn't want to date a woman with kids, but you don't have to tear the other down just because you have this preference. Because everybody doesn't want to deal with the co-parenting of somebody else outside the household. They don't want to deal with raising somebody else's kids that's not theirs and having that thought in the back of their head that they're going to hear one day, you're not my dad, you're not my mom, or you can't tell me what to do. Or if you see something that you know damn well you wouldn't put up with, but you see the other parent putting up with it, and it's just like you want to step in and speak about it, and they don't take what you're saying into consideration. So it's just like these kids is around you, but you can't say nothing. You can't say nothing to them. You can't discipline them. It's just like you can't be. That's not something that is healthy, nor is it comfortable. Like, nobody wants to live that way. It's either you and your kids got to fucking go, or we got to figure out something else.
Right, because he made an interesting point there, like that. I don't think sometimes people think about, like with the quick mood swings. So people outside the house can actually end up causing trouble like you just said, to people inside the house, but people don't really think about that. They just think about, I can't stand my baby mom, I can't stand my baby dad, but they don't think about the other parts of that, the mentally draining part of it, where you got to keep dealing with this shit. the emotional part where it comes with like, oh my God, like you were just happy having a good day. How many people you done see they having a great day, having a great day. They made that phone call to the baby dad, baby mom, and the whole mood just changed. Yeah. Now they just angry, and now you like, well, damn, y'all could have been out on a date somewhere. Now they whole mood done changed. Now your mood done changed because you see they mad. So you like you. Now they snapping you at you. You like, oh, first of all, we was just doing. I ain't the one. Yeah, we just was doing good here. Like I'm not the one that put that negativity on you. So now your mood is bad.
Yeah, we was going home to be nasty.
Now everything is just fucked up.
Hey, everything is fucked up. And it's not. And you know they can be good co-parents and everything, and they can have very good communication, and it can be something as small as like he was saying, like you and your significant other plan to go on a trip that doesn't involve the kids, and they told the other parent about it ahead of time to make sure that they had arrangements for where the kids was going to go. Maybe it fell on the other parent's weekend. They wasn't supposed to have them, whatever the case may be. And it's just like, you know, besides the parent, you have a backup plan. But if the other parent says like, I can't watch them, or I got called into work so they can't be here, or whatever the case may be, it all depends on their relationship, because that other parent can either not say anything at all. They can like just handle it. Like I already agreed that I was gonna have the kids this weekend because this parent is going out of town. I'm not even gonna call them and let them know that, oh, I have to work this weekend. I'm gonna figure it out. If I can't figure it out, then I'll call them. Yeah. And go from there. But then you have the ones that don't communicate that well, don't co-parent that well, and it'd be like they could have agreed to it on Tuesday and said, oh, I'm taking the kids, that's fine. And then Wednesday night it's like, nah, I decided to pick up some extra hours at work. You gotta take the kids this weekend. Yeah. I already booked the plane tickets. Well, I guess you ain't going.
Or y'all could have came to an agreement. It could have been a money agreement too, because you know sometimes a lot of people aren't on child support. So say you having a trip, you like, well, I'm not going to be here for a couple days. Can you give me the money early? And then that turns into an argument. Well, I'll give you this amount of money, and then now the argument for the vacation and just everything. You just ruined everything. Yeah. Like they had their mindset up on this. They. You know, that's why you should never just automatically assume something gonna happen till it shit happen. Because man, let me get this one. It says women really be gatekeeping their friends.
Facts.
From other niggas?
Facts.
I'm gonna say
from niggas.
I don't know. Let's just say gatekeeping in general. Let's start with other niggas first.
Yeah. Especially if it's a nigga that I know. Like it'd be like, I know you. Like no.
You're a hater.
No, how is that hating?
Super hating though.
Why you? You know what I want.
If I know that this friend is like, especially if it's like a friend that I know, like either they don't, say if it's a friend I have that doesn't date a lot or whatever case to be, but they like cool as shit, they chill as shit or whatever case to be. And then I know, and then I got this guy over here that I might know, he might not be my friend, but we acquaintances, but I know how this nigga moves in the world. I don't want you talking to my friend. Because
why you let your friend figure that out?
No, that's horrible. That is horrible. That's
what you mean? She might like that. You never know. She might be the one that be like, you know what? I kind of like he's a little toxic.
This is different from me saying like, oh girl, he tried to talk to me and it's like if I know how this nigga moves in the world, if I know I can pull around at least 3 witnesses out of the fucking woodwork that know this nigga and been with this nigga, no.
She may be. I might think she's different and don't want to move like that.
Yeah, no.
Crazy.
Because
the movie was that? It was like that. Oh, the fucking How to Be a Player with Bill Bellamy.
Oh yeah.
Remember his sister's friend. She wanted to know what that shit was like, right? And then she heard for herself. She saw for herself what it was like from the sister's point of view. But then she heard it for herself what that shit was like with him. Now she's still, I mean, but she set him up in there.
But the funny part is, chicks can hear whatever they want to hear about a nigga. If they want to get with him, they gonna get with him. They don't care about none of that. If anything, sometimes it makes women want to get to with a nigga even more, just because they hear the rumors about the nigga.
I'm gonna give her the truth, and if on her own accordances she goes over there and steps over that line, perfectly fine. That's because she chose to do that. But I'm not gonna leave my friend in the dark about this dude, because how else is he getting to her if it ain't through me?
He could have changed. Like I said, he could have changed. He could change. Maybe he want to change for her.
If he met her walking outside by his damn self and I wasn't around, that's their problem. That's their prerogative. It is what it is.
Listen.
But if he's like coming at me like, yo, what's up with your friend? Nothing.
Y'all women need to stop gatekeeping y'all friends.
Nothing.
Y'all gatekeeping like they the hottest shit.
They missing a blessing.
This is why
she could be missing her blessing.
This is why women would say niggas really not shit, because y'all would have a friend that y'all know is not shit and y'all won't say anything.
Niggas change though. Just because he not shit, whatever he cannot be shit with all these women. So the same. So it could be the same. No. It could be.
So he was in like 5 different situations, just maybe one relationship lingering somewhere in there, and all of a sudden he gets to this 6th one.
You
with
never
my
know
friend,
though.
And with me, and it's like, oh, he changed.
You wanna know what the difference is? Niggas can hold and change. Women can't hold and change. It don't work like that.
Bro. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Oh, so women can do it, but men can't do it. Men can't.
Everybody does it. Nobody said you cannot do it.
All right, but maybe that's like
But
maybe the
at the end
6th
of
one.
the day, there is not too many men that will sit there and tell his homegirl like, "Hey, that man, like, he not it." Like, I know how he
But
moves.
he might not be.
You
But
might
he
sit
might.
there on assumptions that he changed.
But you never know though. People change. Listen, he might not be like you said. He might. Oh, he not it.
You was talking
not
to this nigga last Tuesday, and he was talking about some shorty that he just met that night at the club. He don't know her fucking name, and you want to tell me he changed by Thursday? Get out my face.
Changes.
Get out my
Who
face.
said it was Thursday? Could have been
Get
next
up-
week.
Get out my face. Ain't nobody changing.
Niggas change overnight.
Like switch.
People
What the fuck
change
is it,
overnight.
light switch?
People change overnight all the
Bullshit.
time. All the time.
If
You
he-
never know.
if he's
Listen,
changing
she
like he
might.
changed
But
his
if she,
draws, I don't
if
like
he see,
that.
but
And
if
he's
she,
not trustworthy.
but if he
He's not
see,
trustworthy.
if he sees she's different. Cause some women have a whole different approach. He might have just been fucking with a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, randoms
How you
little.
gonna see she different?
Listen,
How you gonna see
conversation.
from looking at her, from first approach of looking at her? How is he gonna know that she different?
How many? I'm pretty sure there's been pretty plenty of men that have heard shit about a woman and think they could come onto a certain woman and the women come off a completely different way. You never know. You never know. Shit happens. Shit
Like
changes.
the girls that look the bougiest be the most geek.
Yeah.
Well, females know that. We know that. We know that about a female. We know which ones is the most bougie. It's like when they go to that whole like light skin versus dark skin thing. We know which ones is down and which ones is uppity. We know that. But at the end of the day,
People change.
niggas still ain't gonna say
You
nothing.
blocking. That could have been her husband.
Nope.
That could have been her husband. You don't even know.
So if
You don't even know.
So if I'm not saying that Ant that type of nigga, yo. I'm not saying that. But if Ant was that type of nigga, right? And he was trying to get with one of my friends or whatever, and say if I knew like some shit like she was burning or some shit, like you try to tell him.
See, now that's crazy. Now that's
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 different,
different.
though.
You took that to a whole. You took that to a whole nother though.
Generalizing
Yeah.
the situation like it's
So
like yo,
I gotta expose her health. I gotta expose her diseases, but I can't expose her
See, you
personality.
took it to the extreme there.
that's extreme.
You playing with somebody's health though. That's different. You know what I'm saying? You playing with some.
She
Yeah.
could've got cured.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying.
You took that shit to the extreme.
I'm just
Ah,
saying. Everybody
See?
changes,
You
right?
don't even-
Everybody changes. She could have got that cured. She ain't even got it no more.
Hey. Now ain't nobody talking to nobody now. See now see you can't even. Women answer. Women always got to answer for everything.
I gave
Now,
you-
no,
I gave you
now
scenarios
everybody's
and
single.
everything.
Now
I gave you
everybody's single.
scenarios
Nobody get
and
nobody now. Now
everything.
everybody's
There's still
single.
people out there. that-
Everybody's single now.
There's still people out there that got the dirty on somebody else's friend and still
Right.
decided to date them or whatever. It doesn't like stop there. That's what I said. If I tell her and she still decides to do what she want to do, that's perfectly fine.
But some women will go above and beyond to tell a chick that don't get with them. Like they start telling shit that ain't got nothing. Don't worry about
if
it.
we had a bar, I'm not about to drag her
Yeah,
around the
6
damn
toe.
room because you approached her.
Oh,
like,
you know you
who the
can't be
fuck
with him.
was that?
Yeah, he can't. He's shrimp Alfredo boy. You can't be with him. Now you just fuck my man.
Not shrimp
You
Alfredo.
just fuck my man. You know what I'm saying?
How I know about his penis size? If I know
You know
that-
everything else about
if
it.
I know that much personal, she shouldn't be trying to talk to me. Like, this is, whoa, wait a minute.
While we on it, let me get this one. It says, if my homegirl asks me, do he got a twin? Does that mean she likes my man, right?
Yo, I saw that. I was like, maybe.
That's a good question. What do you think?
I don't know. I want you to think my man is ugly. I want you to think that he not the type, your type of nigga at all.
If she asks, do he got a twin? That is a,
Do he got a twin? Like, why you want to date my nigga?
You hear women say that a lot, though. You don't really hear too many. I don't think you really hear too many men say, "Do she got a twin?" You ask, "Do she got a friend?"
She gonna fuck him after y'all
She
break
got-
up.
Yeah, that's the one. That might be the one you gotta watch out for there.
Yeah.
That might be the.
Or the ones that's always like, oh my God, y'all such a cute couple. I love y'all so much. Like, bitch, get off my dick. No,
Wow.
I don't like that.
Wow. First of all, that's the
I would
extra.
rather that than somebody saying that.
Don't
Super extra.
Cause it'd be like it's a difference. It'd be like too much. Like we ain't even do that much shit or show you that much shit for you to be like we your favorite
Happy.
couple. Like
You like, I'm
behind
happy for
closed
you.
door, I'm ringing this nigga neck almost every other night, and you talking about we a cute couple, but you don't even know.
Hey,
You know what? I think that's equivalent to like a woman saying, "Damn, he got a twin." That's almost equivalent, but niggas don't take it as like you being Joe. Like when niggas be like,
Right.
"Yo, she got a friend."
If she got a friend, that's a different. You're not looking for somebody that look like her.
Yes, we are.
No.
You looking for somebody that look like her.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
friends-
because that means the friends. That means somewhere in the friend group.
It's another bad.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Not I guess. Like what?
We gotta start doing our homework. She the baddest out of the friend group, or she got another friend?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, is this the
And then you get the wrong
is this like
friend.
the
Like,
height?
what friend is this?
Is this the height of it, or is this like the mid? Because if this the mid, then I need to know what's above that.
Oh shit. All right, let me give you this one. It says, you might have seen it. It says unpopular opinion. It's really not a lot of good women for men to pick from. Women have a lot of influenced bad behaviors and not willing to modify themselves as needed for the right man due to enablement and complacency. Every woman thinks she's a good woman. That's also why I don't claim that shit. So a nigga not surprised when I'm not measuring up to his standards. Restricting your abilities to perform acts of service and reprimanding new men who want you for things you've experienced with a man you had doesn't make you a good woman at all. In fact, you're wasting his time. Unhealed heifer.
Hey yo.
Every woman think they're a good woman and they not.
Oh,
Facts.
Y'all can't say facts. You definitely can't
That's
say facts. Sir, you were engaged.
This ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just saying facts. This ain't got nothing to do.
He said every woman. He ain't even exclude nobody. You told some fact. You got my face.
Every woman
Listen.
do, because every woman got have a flaw here and there, but they still think that I'm still a great girlfriend, or I'm great this,
Yeah, it
great
depends
this.
on that flaw. What the fuck is the flaw?
Depends on the flaw.
Depends on what.
Depends on the flaw. Because if I'm still
What's it-
because if you saying that I'm not a great girlfriend, or I'm not that type of material because of one flaw that might be minor, then that just like you
What's
just
the-
throwing the whole person away.
What's a minor flaw that might you just what's minor? What's a minor that you would think is minor and we might say is major? I'm sure we probably won't agree on it.
Probably not. I don't know.
Like what would be considered a minor? I don't know. What would be considered a minor flaw? Like I don't like the way you floss your teeth. Like that is that like you don't
That's particular. That's real
you got
particular.
bad hygiene. Like
That's not a minor flaw.
That's a big flaw.
That's a big ass flaw. You a
Something
grown,
minor
you a
that
grown
woman
person.
that I feel like women not should do, but more so like men expect women to be nurturing. So like a simple like, yo, did you eat today? Like men probably be like, yeah, she corny as shit for that. She don't care if I eat.
She ain't even gonna ask me. I'm out here starving. And you gonna ask me if I'm hungry?
Like how you been getting along these past couple years now? Without me.
Damn.
I'm asking that.
Like what?
I'm just saying.
If you feeling somebody,
that's
you
like-
supposed to.
that makes it seem like it's a deal breaker because she ain't asked you if you ate today.
Yeah.
If a guy didn't check up on a woman that he likes all day and didn't ask how her day was going, how did you eat, anything along those lines, y'all be killing us. But for men, if a woman don't do it, it's like he be
I mean,
alright.
Literally, it's like, he not applying no pressure. He ain't even hit me up all day.
And they gonna kill us because they gonna say, "Well, it was cool." These bitch ass niggas saying that. No, the niggas is supposed to apply the pressure. First of all, that's not what we saying. We not even going there. That's not what we saying. This is make sure y'all watch the whole clip before y'all get on and get down our throats. Let's make sure I do that. But I'm just saying, yeah, like you say that with a straight face too. That's the crazy part.
What?
You say that with a straight face. Like
Because everybody
How
has
was you?
everybody has a flaw. Like
was you doing before I
nobody
got
is
here?
perfect. Nobody is perfect. So what I'm saying is, there are niggas with flaws too, just the same way there are girls with flaws or women with
I think we
flaws.
should speak on the essentials.
What's the
The
essentials?
essentials. Go ahead. What you got of the essentials? What's the essentials? When it comes to what specifically?
I'm stuck.
Essentials.
For a quick second, wait, no, I forgot the question. What we started out with.
We started off with the what was the question that we started
I
with?
don't know. That's why
Oh,
I'm
it was the
like-
unpopular opinion. And she basically saying
it's
stop.
not, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, don't. But I've said that on a previous episode. You can't, if you feel as though you the shit, or like you that bitch, or you that nigga, or whatever the case may be, and somebody come to you and pull your card, you can't get upset at that. This is what you put out into the world that you are. So basically what I get from that is that I'm not even going to put out to you that I'm giving you that standard until I know for sure that me and you is going to be on that type time together.
Right.
Because why would I want to give that to every nigga?
Since he brought up essentials, what are some of the? So we did episodes on dating and everything. So what are some of the essentials when it comes to like texting or how do I put this?
Essential to basic communication.
What I would call dating etiquette. Did we do dating etiquette? Like, what would some of the essentials be? Like, shit.
It's
Just
in the beginning.
when are you overstepping? Like, what's the limit that you're overstepping your boundaries? Like, when it comes to checking on somebody when you first start dating them, when it comes to asking if they need something when you first start dating them. At what point? How far along, or at what point should all of this stuff come into play?
I mean, in the beginning, you doing all of a lot of the cutesy shit. Like, it's the good morning loves or good morning babes, and like, you know, like, how
Green
are
flag.
you? How did you sleep? Like, you know, what's your plans for the? Not what's your plans for the day, because it's
Now,
normal.
hold on, stop right there, because you say that, and some woman will say, "Why you asking me how I slept?" or "Why you asking me this?" You feel like.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a personal thing. Somebody might have asked them too much, or they don't like being asked that. You gotta fill everybody the fuck out, because everybody's not gonna be the same. That's why I said in the beginning, a lot of that shit you are doing, or whatever case may be. And then it's like, once you get further down into a relationship, ain't nobody texting good morning.
You die.
I done rolled over and saw your ass already. I saw you this morning. I'm not texting you good morning.
What if somebody? All right, so if you're dating somebody, say they were busy all day, and they didn't text you until later in the day, would you feel a type of way?
If you was on social media, yes.
So if you was on, so wait, what?
If you didn't text me all day, but you was sending me TikToks, that's weird. That means you had moments to scroll and look at TikTok.
Better yet. All right, so what? So she's talking about social media. So when it comes to social media, if somebody doesn't respond, if you see somebody online and they don't respond to your text, you gonna feel the type of way, pretty much, right?
If we not living
Like if
together,
y'all dating and you see, say they was active this amount of minute, like this amount of time ago, but you texting them and they not responding. What do you think about that?
if we not living together, probably. I know sometimes I'll be.
I ain't lie, I'm playing hard to get just like women. I'm not like the women are just like do it on purpose and hit you up like, yeah, my bad, da da da. Like, I know you're not giving me, I know you're not paying me no mind, but as soon as I fuck, I'm ignoring the shit out you.
Hey, yo. I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so actually, before I get to this one, let's bring up the one that you were talking about earlier from tonight's conversation.
Oh, when the
About the what was it? I forgot that quick.
do you want the clip?
Yeah.
All right, I sent it to you.
All right. So let's see here.
It's on TikTok.
TikTok. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Let's do it.
I should have got two of these. These joints really good.
I think the problem comes in when we automatically assume that because a bigger woman is big, she's insecure. Because I've met so many in shape, gorgeous model women talk about how they were so insecure that it didn't matter that everybody said that they were gorgeous because it's outside. Aesthetics are just that, they're outside. You could be inside. You could be the most insecure, depressed, self-loathing, miserable. But you do a couple squats in between that,
And now you deserve the best in the world.
come on. So
okay.
it's insecurity.
The
question was on the men's perspective.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
what I was
saying
about to
that
say. That's what I was about to say, yeah.
majority of men will say, you know, when they struggling on their date, the big girl is going to be the one that's going to step up more financially. That's just what majority of men will say. I've never seen a man I've never seen a man work his butt, especially a black man. As a black man, you're overcoming all odds, work your off, you become successful, you get the bag, you go out, you see a woman 350 pounds and be like, yup, that's my wife. I've never seen it.
I have.
When well, you gotta show me, because babe, I ain't never seen it in my life.
Damn. All right. So let's break that down. So basically, I'm guessing they're saying that a successful man does not go out and say.
Successful men look for trophy wives. They don't look for, like, they don't look for something that they actually will want. They just look for something that's aesthetically pleasing.
I mean, all right. Let me get this thought together.
Money buy beauty.
Let me get. I'm trying to get this thought together here. So, every man wants to have a trophy. No, I don't think no man wants to walk around, you know what I'm saying, with second prize, a ribbon. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want the ribbon. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want the trophy. But everybody's version of the trophy is different.
There you go. That's
so
the point.
just because listen, your trophy, you can have a state championship. You had a local championship.
Child.
It all depends.
You might have thought you won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So this is the trophy that you have.
Yeah,
so you got a
because-
Super Bowl trophy. But to somebody else, that shit ain't nothing but a pee-wee football
Right.
team trophy.
Because I'm telling you something, what they always say, everything that glitters ain't gold. Listen, because some people, y'all be having them trophies. And they be
Well,
wearing
yeah.
y'all the fuck out.
Well, your 10 is just not somebody else's 10.
Yeah.
That's it and that's all. Because some people will look at like a girl and they be like, damn, like she bad as shit and da-da-da. And then all of a sudden, like she posts her significant other and it's just like, that's the nigga you dating.
Yeah,
And it's just like you're saying that because your perception is you would never talk to that nigga, but whatever she saw in him, that's her 10. That's what she likes. That's what's making her happy or keeping her going.
No, part of the problem is most men don't even know what the fuck they want. Most men will go online, they will kill women for getting BBLs and doing all this other shit. Oh, y'all look the same. Then somebody might be a little over. No, I shouldn't even say overweight. A little bit more heavy set or a more BBW, and they say, oh, they need to lose some weight. Then it'll be the real skinny girl that's pretty petite. Oh, she need to put some weight on. Y'all niggas don't know what the fuck y'all want. Y'all just all over the place. You don't want the skinny girl. You don't want the BBW. You don't want the shit with the fake ass. What do you want?
Y'all don't want the Lizzo, but y'all don't want Lola Brooke. Y'all don't want Coily Ray, but y'all don't want. But y'all looking at SZA. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's just like whatever works for you works for you. So like I don't agree with the lady saying like a black successful man wouldn't look at a 350-pound woman and
that's
be
not
like,
true.
that's my wife or whatever case may be. And it's just like whatever circle she was in, whatever circle she's a part of, or the people that she's around, like maybe that's just their preference, and so she's never seen it. But you can't say that it doesn't happen. Because it happens. Because there's no way that so you telling me every big woman in the world is just single.
Yeah.
And I've seen big women that had multiple kids. They have successful marriages. They're living their best life, and their man is not out here treating them like shit or dogging them out. And I've seen these women that y'all call trophy wives get dogged the fuck out by another trophy wife, or they get dogged out by the 350-pound woman that you thought he wasn't gonna get, that you thought he didn't want.
Yeah, guess what? These women, they could lose weight.
Child,
You can't. They could lose weight. You can't change your personality. You got a shitty personality. Your personality is shitty. Guess what? Y'all it'd be a lot of women and a lot of men. They be bashing the BBW the whole time. Y'all gotta pay to look the way y'all want to look when they could lose weight.
it ain't too many men. Like if it's a man out here with a pot belly and he got titties or whatever the case may be, you don't see too many men really trying to run to the gym or they running to get surgery to change that shit. It's like accept me for who I am. But then as women, we have this big idea that we have to go get our ass lifted or get a fat transfer or take away cellulite or get our titties lifted up or we'll take away some of the fat out of our arms or the fat out of our back because this is what a nigga's looking at. And it's just like, since some of these motherfuckers, they'll fuck a hole in the couch and you working so hard to make it seem like you working so hard so every nigga is gonna look at you.
Yeah.
Find a nigga that looks at you already.
Guess what? Take a lot more dedication to lose weight than it do for you to just pay all this fucking money to go and get it done.
Child.
Y'all get your whole bodies done. Box still be trash. Attitude still be trash. Everything about you still be trash. You just got a body. And 10 years down the line, you trying to take all that shit out of you, all that shit out of you because you just look stupid now.
Yeah, but
you get older. People realize y'all get older. Y'all do realize that, right? Y'all ass gonna drop eventually. Like the shit's gonna drop eventually.
Find a motherfucker that's gonna like your ass when it drops.
Seriously, like come on, man.
Find a man that's gonna like you when you take your wig off and your braids need to be redone. Find a man that still like you after you done had his kids and you trying to get yourself back, get self-esteem just back together, and he not looking the other way at somebody else who don't have kids or they look better than you at this certain moment. Like, find that nigga. Don't try to be the girl for every nigga to look at.
Because that's what, especially if you try to drive yourself crazy. You can look. Men, y'all can look all you want. It's just a matter of you look. All right, keep it
It's
moving.
a glance and it's a stare.
Yeah, don't act on it.
I should never follow her. It should be a glance and then walk and then that's it.
That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, you made a conversation. Yeah, so and our eyes went to the left. Ooh,
Like what the fuck?
Overhead,
You was never cross out of the day in your fucking life since I met you. So
all right, let me get a scenario. So it says some men will embarrass you every chance they can. It says, dude is struggling with bills at home and he subscribed to his wife's friends OnlyFans and sent her over $600 in total. She told the wife because she knows they're struggling and gave some money back. She lucky she got anything back, right? So this is the text message. It says, It's the cash app for 250. It say, hey sis, I really hate to say this, but Dan is on my OnlyFans. I didn't realize it was him. I didn't realize it because he was using his middle name. And all he sent a little over 600, but they take 20%. I feel like the least I can do is send half what I least I could do is send half of what I saw, especially with the bill situation. He is blocked and I took him off my Twitter as well. The chick wrote, okay, thank you, but I'm trying to understand why you only send half and that's our money. That's weird. And how do you not know and how do you not know who it was, but was taking or was talking for weeks? She said, once I got it sent to me, it became my money. I made videos and bought outfits and those on top of those automatically taking 20%. And then she said, because he's not my husband and I didn't know his middle name off the top of my head. The chick says, well, I think you should send the rest. You know we are behind. This is crazy.
She worried about the wrong fucking
so
thing.
Wait, she mad. She mad because she didn't send the full 600 back, not mad at the husband. She just say, IP business.
Child.
Can you
I
imagine
wouldn't
that?
send her shit. I wouldn't send her a motherfucking thing. Your man is on my OnlyFans. Get your man. Cause how you gonna be mad at me? I forgot. Can cash it? Can you stop a payment? Cause I'll be like, bitch.
Yo,
I'll
first
take my
of
money back.
all, my man spent $600 on OnlyFans. Yo, that's crazy. Like what? That's why he behind on bills. The nigga, he out here spending, he out here spending all that money. I thought they had subscriptions. How the fuck do you spend $600 on OnlyFans?
You tipping.
Oh shit.
Tipping, asking for videos.
There you go.
Special requests.
Oh shit, yo, that's wild. Oh, that's how you get spent $160. So the whole time they behind on bills, and he throwing bills at the other chick, and she got OnlyFans. But the girl is mad because she didn't send the full 600 back. She lucky she got any money back.
She mad
honestly.
at the wrong motherfucker.
Yeah, like what?
That part, like you burnt. That's it. But she wrong at the wrong thing. Like, why is your man is comfortable enough to do this? And he was being sneaky about it because he used his middle name to do it. But the simple fact that y'all behind on bills and
My
he
name's
spending
Kyle.
money like that.
Nigga put his middle name. That's crazy. I didn't know that it was him. She told me, I know you behind on bills.
I really be mad at shit because we behind on bills and you spend $600. Like, yo,
That's crazy. That conversation probably was wild.
I be
You imagine that
fighting
conversation?
him like nobody's business.
600. You know how much $600 is? Man, listen. Especially when you behind on something.
How many? Depends on what you
Depending
behind
on what
on.
the
Depending on what bill it is and what you behind on. That's a couple. That might be at least 2 bills you can pay.
You might be, depending on what it is, you might be to split it up.
Yeah, or like maybe you can put that all towards rent because one bill can wait. Like, you know, everybody know how to finesse. Like you finesse Pico in the wintertime, you don't pay them from October to March, and then when March 31st come around,
Pico, Pico, only people can get away with that.
Pico and the gas
company. And the gas company, yeah, because they let your shit pile up. They don't give a fuck.
They
do not give a fuck. They let your shit pile right
March
up.
31st, April 1st, they hitting you with a $2,000 bill because you ain't paid it. But I'm just saying, if you behind, if you a little struggle, those are,
Listen,
you know.
But when it comes to that, hey, he out here living foul. she directing the anger to the wrong person. So it says, so a guy wrote this. It says the best thing a man can do when he finally establishes himself in his career, confidence, and bank account is if you had a girl, get rid of her and get a new one. It says she will always see the bum in you. A new girl will treat you as the man you are and not the man you once was. More than likely, you can get the woman of your dreams at this point.
Wait, what?
Say the best thing you could do. The best thing as a man, the best thing a man can do when he's finally established himself in his career, he has confidence in his bank account, or long story short, he's basically saying, it sounds stupid. He's just basically saying once you get yourself together, you where you need to be, you might as well get rid of the girl that you're with because she's always going to see you as a bum and not see you as the man that's now in a specific.
Well, you shouldn't have been with her in the first place. If all she gonna see you is a bum, that means that during the entire time that you were trying to get yourself together, that she wasn't motivating you to get yourself together. You were motivating yourself.
That's facts. People was giving me a lot of backlash when I posted that, and I'm like, oh, why y'all getting mad at a guy that's going to go get somebody that he wants, where the person that he might have been with wasn't really there for him when he was trying to make his come up?
Like, it's a difference if you got like. Now, if you got a whole lot of get rich quick schemes and shit like that, like, all right, come on, bro, you need job stability some fucking where, and work on your hobbies later. But if it's like you working towards a career or whatever case it may, and like she sees the potential in you, of course she'll support that. But I mean, yeah, you can't if she constantly thought you were a bum throughout the relationship, and then you decide to get yourself together and then leave her to go find somebody that will appreciate you for what you are now, that's perfectly fine. But you also still want somebody that's going to appreciate you if you weren't there.
Yeah. Stuff's so messed up out here nowadays that I don't even have hope for some of y'all. I'm just going to keep it a beat with y'all. Some of y'all, you're so confused as to what you want. Or, I'm sorry, you think you know what you want, but you're so confused at what you want that anytime somebody comes along with a different opinion or make you look at it a different way, you automatically just block that particular opinion out. One wrong move, a nigga's going. Wrong move, a chick is going. I don't know how anybody gonna find love. I don't know how any of y'all gonna find love, honestly, because this is it could just be a social media thing too, because a lot of y'all be putting a lot of shit on social media, saying this, saying that the whole time. They got a whole situation behind all them posts and all this other shit. They've been bashing men all day just to go home and lay with a man after they done stir shit up on social media. They want to right home, lay home with their man. Don't let these people online fool you. They be talking all this shit, and the whole time they got a man, they just don't post up. Because they know it's a good chance that one of y'all probably dating the same they the same motherfucker.
That is all.
Last one. It says, so I was dating this guy, kind of rich, and he asked me out of the blue. It said, would you date a struggling guy? And I said no, due to some personal reasons. And he said, you know, to me, you are the struggling guy. She said, I haven't healed yet. Yo.
I mean, that's something that I'm be, because you don't. I mean,
she said, I haven't healed yet.
Like somebody tell. Well, yeah.
Got her right in, please.
Definitely. I mean, we ain't got to talk. Don't talk about my finances. Leave me alone. And that's it. But if you struggling, it's just like, I don't like how much struggling we talking about.
Like you always asking for money struggling?
Ooh, no.
Or you can't keep a job struggling?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
like
constantly asking for money is annoying. Like especially like if to men, a woman you would rather ask a woman to just ask us for a certain amount of money up front. Don't nickel and dime the nigga every day. You need $40 this day, $30 the next day, $20 this day, $50 this way. Give them a large lump sum.
Yeah, just ask them all for it at one time.
Because that shit. I think dudes would get more annoyed with that. Like, yo, just let me know what you need up front, and I could just give it to you all at the rip,
or not give it to you,
or just not give it to you at all. Exactly. Don't nickel and dime me every day. Oh, I need $20 for this thing. I want to get $50. You like, yo, what's up with you? You got nobody to give you money? You just collecting debt out here, huh? You just collecting nothing. Bunch of nothingness.
But if you struggling, as long as you know you're struggling, if it's a difference, and not the struggle where you struggling to keep a job all the time. Eventually, you got to come to the realization that maybe you're the problem and not the job is the problem all the time. If you struggling to keep money in your pocket, maybe you're living out of your means. So maybe you need to bring some of that back in. Some of the things that you buying you don't need. Why are you buying designer and your car is still 2005? Yeah. Like stuff like that. People can be like, oh, I'm okay with my car. But like, oh, that's fine, but it's still like, what? No, something you don't need. You don't need a bunch of Dior bags. And you want to level yourself up in a different way. Like, you can leave that stuff alone. It's materialistic.
Yeah. You know, there's a tip that I did. This was how many years? I forget how many years ago, and I had to redo it recently because I was like, "Where the fuck is this? I'm spending all you spending money." I wrote down every bill I had, any type of money that I got going out for the month, and compared it to what the money's coming in. And people will be surprised at how much money you're spending versus how much money you got coming in. Because I don't think when you see it on paper, it hits you different than when you just talk about it.
Right.
Like, cause you be like, I spend this. Like the little stuff adds up. You gambling every day, $5 here, $10 here. By the end of the month, you spend $300 on gambling, not even realizing it.
Very much so.
You went to the bar. You went to the bar this day. You spent $100 this weekend. You might have went out to the bar twice that week. You spend $100. You spend $200 during the week times 4 weeks. You got to go to the bar twice a week. You got to go to happy hour. You might have spent $60. You might have $50-$60. Now you spend 60. You 120. Now you spend $240 in a month. You didn't realize because it's just it was just happy hour. I just spent money because I had this and that. It adds up.
Child, go to the liquor store, buy you some wine and some liquor at home. Learn how to make your own drinks.
I started to learn at our era, like people that hit that like that's in relationships or it's like they hit their 30s, they get tired quick. You be like, you don't realize it, and you be like, man, I don't even want to be bothered with these niggas. I don't want to be bothered with these.
They be 9:30. You be like, damn, I'm a little tired. Maybe I should
Day parties,
You was
vacations.
mad. You should have took a nap. You like, I should have took a nap earlier. Like I should have, got me some sleep before I came here. Yeah.
Hey man, I finished with the last word. There will always be someone who doesn't see your worth. Don't let it be you. I thought that was a good quote that I seen this week because sometimes people don't see they how to put this. They're worried about others not seeing their worth whole time. They don't even see their own worth. You ever see somebody talk about somebody else? Oh, if I was in that position, I would do this, or you should do this because you got this skill. Whole time they sitting on a gold mine. Mm-hmm. They could have been, I don't know. They could have been a mechanic, could have been a hair braider, they could have been a carpenter, they could have been anything, and then they realize like, or people tell them all the time like, yo, you really got a certain skill. Like they might do it on the side here and there, but they don't realize like you really got a money maker, especially when you work with your hands. Right. Listen, you work with your hands, you always gonna make some money because there's always gonna be people that don't want to be bothered or do shit. They rather pay for the convenience of you doing it or something else.
I'm doing it now.
Yeah, so
I can very much do my own hair, but do I want to lift my hands over top of my head right now? Hell no, I do not feel like it. So I'm gonna pay somebody else that does it nicely. But I mean, some people don't. It's not even the simple fact that some people don't believe in themselves. It's just that some people don't want to take it as far as other people may see it.
Right.
So if you're good at, I'll use hair as an example. Like you can be really good at hair, really decent at it, but you don't want to step into that field of the unknown when it comes to that. So you keep that as a skill that you have and can make extra money on the side when you feel like it, instead of that becoming your everyday routine. And it's just like, well, what if 2 weeks is slow, but I was making bank last week? And it's just like, now you got to figure out how to budget that and live a lifestyle from being on a high for 1 week and being on a low another, and it's never, it might never be a steady pace constantly.
We gonna talk about that probably. Maybe we talk about that next week when it comes to. We talked about entrepreneurship, but we never really got into a full topic of when it comes to entrepreneurship and how sometimes as black people we open stuff up that's not quite essential, and we don't realize it. But I think once COVID hit, we realized it. But I'll get more into that next episode. So just leave a little teaser there. Make sure y'all follow us. Let's Make Sense of It or Let's Make Sense of It _ on Instagram. Make sure y'all follow us. Y'all also follow us on TikTok. Let's Make Sense of It _ I believe that's our TikTok too. Let's Make Sense of It on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter. We got Twitter too. We got it all. Just rake it on. And if you watch this episode, make sure you hit that subscribe button in the corner. Make sure you subscribe. If you're listening, make sure you subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We are back.
Tell a friend, tell your mama, tell your dad, your uncle, your grandma, all of them.
Shout out to all our fans, man. They were like, man, y'all coming back, y'all coming back. We back, man. It's all right.
We back.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute.
Amp be out here living his best life.
If you need, listen, any of your camera needs, all angles matter. Make sure you get with him. You know what I'm saying? Prom season kind of over now, but you got the trunk season coming around. You know what I'm saying? Baby showers, weddings, bar mitzvahs. You know what I'm saying? You might need a mitzvah, a quinceañera, if I say that right. A quinceañera, you know what I'm saying? We need that, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Your local cookout, you never know. You make music videos, you know what I'm saying? We got to do it all. So make sure
you need the video, the picture.
Absolutely. You do it all.
And don't be coming on some halfway shit. Make sure you got your money together.
You know what I'm saying? You see how he did us all these, listen, we around, baby. Podcast. Listen, if you need podcasts too, he do podcasts too. You know what I'm saying? We lend them out to y'all. She said, no, he don't. She said, he not sure?
He don't do podcasts.
He only do one podcast right here, the best podcast in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like we always say, man, common sense ain't always common. So put a little bit more smarts in the world. And on that note, it's the boy Vince.
And I'm Ash.
Holla at y'all.
Bye.
Make it, baby. Make it make sense. Come on, make it make sense. Come on, make it, baby. Make it make sense. Come on.